Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. As you can see, still not in the regular set. I am still in Chicago. We have a wedding to go to. I'm filming this on August 9th. And so that's why, if you know the Hookstead compound didn't flood again, no, the AC didn't break again, I am just currently in Chicago dealing with attending a wedding, which I'm very excited about. We had the night before on Friday night. It was a ton of fun, absolute blast. So that explains what's going on here. But we have a very important topic to talk about, and that is the Sig P320 scandal, controversy, whatever you want to call it, and the death of an Air Force member. This obviously sent shockwaves through the military community. They suspended the use of the M17 and M18, I believe. There was an investigation. A lot of claims were floating around. And now we have an incredible twist in the saga and situation that is going to, I think, stun a lot of people. Before we get into all of that and much more, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you guys absolutely nothing at all, and is a huge boost to the channel. Please comment with your thoughts below. I'm trying to respond to as many comments as I can. Hit that bell above, turn on all notifications so you won't miss a thing. And then right here on the bottom of the screen, you'll see it coming right here. It says Instagram, David_Hookstead, and XD Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. I post a lot of fun stuff on there. So please give me a follow. And now I'm going to put this up on the screen for you just so that we can get a little bit of background. Give me a second here. Wi-Fi is a shade slow, so I'm just going to take it easy here, and then we are going to get into it. So let me throw this up on the screen. We're going to share this. So this is the background story, okay? This is what kicked this Sig P360 or the M18 model for the military, the controversy off. So if you read this right here, it says Air Force Global Strike Command has pulled Sig Sauer M18 pistols from use following the July 20th death of an airman at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming. The airman was active duty and assigned to the 90th Security Forces Squadron at the time of the fatal incident. The 90th Missile Wing confirmed this week. Further details, including the airman's name and cause of death, are currently being withheld. That, of course, has since come out. It says the service's decision to withdraw the M18 pistol from use in the immediate aftermath of the airman's death is pending an investigation by the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, as well as safety inspection of the handgun. A leaked memo dated July 21 called for the M18 to be pulled from use for all operational training activities immediately and replaced by the M4 rifle until further notice. Oops, we want that off the screen. It also calls for 100% inspections of all wing-assigned M18 weapons by combat arms personnel. So that death is what really sparked this off. There were a ton of rumors. There were claims that this pistol was in a holster. It was set down on a table, discharged, struck the airman, and killed him. That was never confirmed by the Air Force, but you heard that all over the internet. Well, buckle up, because this is absolutely nuts. This is the update from August 8th, 2025. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Air Force makes arrest an airman shooting death involving the M18 pistol. So an arrest has been made. This is same case, same situation, same death. We're fair here. When new information comes in, we share that information. And I'm going to share that with you right now. This says the Air Force has arrested an airman in connection with the July 20th death of another airman, which involved a Sig Sauer M18 and led the service to suspend the use of the pistol following the incident. In a Friday statement, a Department of Air Force spokesperson said that the unidentified arrested person is accused of making a false official statement, obstruction of justice, and involuntary manslaughter. Air Force Global Strike Command pulled the M18 from use after Braden Lovin, a 21-year-old remote targeting engagement system operator, and the 90th Security Forces Group at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, was fatally shot with that pistol. The service's Office of Special Investigations is still investigating Lovin's death. As with all individuals accused of a crime, the person arrested in this case is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, the spokesperson said. No further details about the circumstances surrounding Lovin's death or the arrest were available. The M18, along with the M17, is a derivative of Sig Sauer's P320 that the Air Force and Army have used. However, the P320 pistol has faced allegations that it is prone to going off accidentally without the trigger being pulled. Sig Sauer has strongly denied those allegations and said its pistols do not discharge unless the trigger is pulled. So let me pull this off the screen real quick. I got to get the next thing set up. So there you go. This is not an update I think anyone really saw coming. I didn't see it coming. So we had rumors, hearsay, theories, all this stuff about what happened in this tragic, and that's what it is. I mean, anytime a young man, 21 years old, serving his country is killed, it is a tragedy, and it should be viewed as a tragedy. It should be viewed as a heartbreaking situation. 21 years old, the dude's more than a decade younger than I am, and it is unbelievably sad. Yet now it comes out that an arrest has been made. Someone has been arrested, charged with involuntary manslaughter and making false statements in direct connection to this death. That would indicate on a surface level that the authorities certainly do not believe this gun just discharged by itself. Now, again, it's important to say that whenever someone is accused of something, whenever they are facing criminal charges, this is the United States of America, and you are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, whether that court is civilian court or military court. You have the presumption of innocence, and we should all be grateful that's the system we have here in America, because I can promise you, you do not want to live in a system where you are presumed guilty until innocent. Having said that, this arrest and the fact the authorities seem to be indicating they don't believe it was just a non-commanded discharge from the firearm doesn't change the fact that Sig still is facing extreme controversy, pressure, and such over the allegations the P320 will discharge without the trigger being fully depressed. This video right here, which has gone mega viral from the Wyoming Gun Project, is causing all sorts of questions, all sorts of stuff. So if you guys aren't familiar with this video, what happens here is this guy essentially figured out a way, allegedly, I got to say, figured out a way to get the Sig P320 to do an uncommanded discharge by putting a screw, depressing the trigger about 1 millimeter, and then manipulating the slide. Let's watch that. Let's watch that right now.
Movement of the sear down is less than 1 millimeter. And we're going to see if it'll set the cartridge off. I don't know. We'll try it a couple times. It might not. This safety might be working, but the other safeties might not have been. So let's see.
So that right there, and then he was able to replicate that, I believe, 5 times. Now, I don't know if Sig has looked into this. I don't know if Sig's contacted him. I don't know if Sig has tried to replicate this test that he did in extremely controlled conditions. Uncontrolled conditions obviously wouldn't make any sense. If you're going to do a test to see if this can fire in that manner, you want it to be as controlled as possible. That video obviously has gone mega viral. We still don't really know the answers behind it and such. So even though there was an arrest made in the Air Force case, I personally don't believe it's going to put the Sig P320 debate to rest, but we will see. This was a twist I don't think anyone saw coming. It definitely is a game changer, changes the narrative around the case for sure. So that's where it's at. That's what we know. That is the update, but I want to know what you guys think about the Sig P320, the arrest, the video where the Wyoming Gun Project was able to use the screw, manipulate the slide, and get it to discharge without the trigger being fully depressed. Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Again, totally free, cost you guys absolutely nothing whatsoever. Huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell, all notifications turned on, and then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. Give me a follow there. I'll see y'all next time.